Hi there, Capricorn. Welcome back. This is going to be a general reading for Capricorn. Do take what resonates with you, Capricorn, and leave the rest for somebody else. Let's get into this. We're just going to see what pops up. There's really no question I'm asking. If you have a question you'd like me to ask, leave it in the comments, and on the next reading, I will definitely be asking that question. Spirit, give us a clear, concise message here for Capricorn. What is going on in Capricorn's energy? Some kind of sadness I'm seeing. Let's see what else comes out. Or maybe something's not turning out the way that you were hoping. In a relationship, okay. I'm getting a relationship. You might have been wanting something to be more traditional, and it's not turning out that way, Capricorn. You're not getting the recognition, you're not getting the success that you wanted in this connection. I feel like that is something that has been revealed to you. It looks like you're letting go of fears, possibly. Yeah, letting go of fears, because we have the Page of Swords coming out next. So, looks like you're planning something different. You're going in a different direction. Okay, we're going to have to verify some cards here. See what is going on. Yeah. You're heading in a totally different direction, Capricorn. Okay. Also, I'm seeing like maybe something about tradition might be actually might be something that's holding you back. Looks like you were hoping to nourish something. Possibly because you have a lack of family support, or you have a lack of family around you. So you were wanting to nourish something. You were wanting to bring some kind of stability to this relationship. But I feel like it's more than that, Capricorn. I do feel like a breakup is weighing heavily on your mind. Okay? And it's also because of your past experiences, I'm seeing. Things not turning out the way that you wanted in the past. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so you are changing directions here at the Ace of Flowers coming out. So you're changing directions. Let's see here. So in the past, you've had a lot of fears. In the past, you also realized a lot of things. A lot of things came to the surface. Things that you didn't want to exactly deal with. But you're looking forward to the future with a lot of strategy, I want to say. You might have been writing things down, speaking some kind of truth. But there's definitely something that hurt you. Something that hurt you a lot. Something hurt you a lot. Some kind of disappointment. You might, this could be in a relationship, could be with business, could be with income. Excuse my poopers. Excuse my poopers. I'm seeing that you did not get the recognition you want. You might have had, like your community coming up against you, friends coming up against you. I feel like somebody was taking credit for something that you did, Capricorn. I'm getting this very strong feeling that somebody took recognition for something that you did. I'm also getting this with this card coming out. I feel like you're coming from behind the curtain. Like maybe you were behind the curtain or behind somebody that you were in a relationship with, where that person was getting all the credit, they were getting all the limelight, and you were kind of like the person in the background, not really getting the recognition, not really getting any kind of fulfillment, I want to say, out of it. Okay, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting that you weren't receiving the recognition that you really wanted, but it goes beyond that. Excuse my poopers. I do feel here, Capricorn, that you were dealing with somebody who was very stubborn. You were dealing with somebody in the past that was refusing to compromise with you. They really wanted to, well, it seems like they were expecting you to give up. Give up winning or giving up getting that recognition or getting that promotion. They wanted you to give it up because it didn't go with what they wanted. So it looks like this person was constantly causing you to struggle because they didn't want to see you winning or they didn't want you to have this. And that's what I'm hearing. They didn't want you to have the victory. And it might have been because of their own, really like their own selfishness. Maybe you were in a relationship where that person felt like you should make them a priority at all times. It kind of gives me this vibe of somebody who expects you to bring home the money, but then they expect you not to work for it also. So they want you to be home, but then also be gone and make the money. Or they want you to be home with them. You know what I'm saying? Like they expect you to be home, but still be expected to bring home money. Yeah. I don't know where I'm getting that from. That might just be confirmation for one of you, but because it's not really in the cards, but it's really like a feeling I'm getting from this person. I feel like you got the clarity that you needed. I feel like that's why the chariot's coming out in reverse. I feel like you changed directions. I think this person created a lot of distractions for you. So really, if this person wasn't in your life, Capricorn, you would be a lot further along in your life. Because I do feel like you had a lot of distractions and part of it was because of this relationship. Or this person just had this negative mindset, Capricorn. Really negative mindset. Like, oh, I don't know why you're trying that, Capricorn. It doesn't make sense. I mean, what are you expecting to happen? So, y'all, more likely you and your partner had a traditional relationship. And there's a good chance that maybe you were working, something like that, okay? Um, or maybe you wanted a traditional relationship and that's not what you got. Okay, because that very well could be it as well. So maybe you wanted a more traditional relationship and you were expecting that person to provide, or you were, so if you're the female, you would be expecting that person to provide, you'd be expecting that person to, cut the grass and do the, more traditional male uh, chores around the house, like taking out the trash, right? And you would be the female, so you'd be doing the one that does the cooking and cleaning the kitchen, washing clothes, that kind of thing. You wanted to, so if you were the female, you'd be the person that wanted to be in your feminine energy, while your partner would be in their masculine energy. So if that is the case for you, then it's the opposite. Okay, it's the opposite. It's more of this person expecting some kind of unrealistic expectations of you. For instance, expecting you to be in the house, have the house clean, have dinner on the table, have the clothes washed, but still be expecting to bring home some kind of money, right? Or bringing in some kind of resource, right? That's what I'm getting. Um, I do feel here that the expectations were unrealistic. Okay. I also feel here that this person had a very negative mindset, especially when it came to your personal goals or your career goals or things like that. It's like they wanted to take away your options or your choices. They wanted to take that away from you. So then you wouldn't have a choice. You would have to put up with whatever they gave you, or you would have to put up with whatever treatment that they were giving you. Hmm. This one is so interesting. Of all the cards to come out, I let's see. I do feel like this person might have been like forceful, you know, trying to force you into something you didn't want to do. Cause that's what I'm getting. It looks like this person was very forceful, and they probably more likely kept you in that hermit mode where they expected you to stay tied down or isolate yourself, not be around people. Hmm. So they wanted you to have like no control or no voice in their relationship. Okay. They wanted you to feel powerless, okay? And I feel like the more that they made you feel powerless, the more and more you realized because of the suffering that you went through that you knew that you needed to make a decision, okay? That's what I'm getting. Like you knew that you needed to go ahead and choose a path for yourself that was going to make you happy. Hmm. So this decision to like distance yourself from this person, it was painful. It wasn't an easy choice. It was a very difficult choice for you because you genuinely were expecting or you had a dream here of having this steadiness, this you were expecting to have some kind of steadiness in your life. But with the Hierophant, it could also be because of religious reasons. You were with this belief that once you marry somebody, you will stay with them forever. And I think when you got into this relationship, more likely you kept that type of idea in your head where you were going to stay with this person forever. And that's not how it turned out. So, for one of you, this person could have been a drinker. Okay, and that caused a lot of problems in the relationship. You know, maybe this person was partying too much, excessively partying. You know, for one of you, this person had you in a third party situation. They cheated on you and then they gossiped about you. Okay, so that's where the Ten of Swords is coming in. So they gossiped about you. They had third parties. So they were cheating and then going out and telling these third parties, oh, well, I have to cheat because Capricorn this and the Capricorn that. So they made up excuses, right? People who cheat like that, they always have to come up with excuses. Because if they were just being truthful, then why don't they just get out of the relationship and say, like, okay, this relationship is not working out for me because of this and get out? Why have that person still tied to you while they're having a third party? The reason why is because this person was being childish. That's why, right? We have the Four of Swords coming out. Okay, so I do feel with the Four of Swords. Um, I do feel like this person was trying to keep you stuck. I do feel like this person did a number on your mental state. Okay, the whole thing about the instability in this relationship, I think it really did a number on your mental state, possibly even affected how you see yourself, Capricorn, how you see your own value. Okay, it seems to be something that you have learned now that you need to start protecting yourself, start protecting your heart. And I think that's where you are at in this journey. I'm going to pull another card. I feel like that's where you're at in this journey, okay? This whole thing about protecting yourself, protecting your mental state here, okay? Nine of Cups is coming out. Somebody might have developed a eating disorder, I'm hearing. Okay, I'm getting a eating disorder. So could be either or, okay? It could be like you started overeating or you started not eating, okay? And became anorexic or something like that. Something about an eating disorder here. Um I'm also seeing something about a change here and you having an awareness about this change. So it's giving me like this vibe of an eating disorder, but you're aware of it. Okay, so you're definitely aware of it. It's a change that you know what I'm getting? Oh, I just realized what I'm seeing, Capricorn. You were abused by a narcissist. So when you're abused by a narcissist, I mean, maybe not physically, like there wasn't a lot of physical abuse, but it was definitely psychological abuse. So you were finding out that this person was talking about you to these third parties, right? So it did a number on your mental state, right? Okay, now it makes sense, right? So you ended up getting this type of eating disorder, okay? And this might be confirmation just for one of you Capricorns, but I do see some form of eating disorder, and this change happened and you realize it, okay? You're aware of it. And with the judgment card, I do feel like you are trying your best to handle this. Okay, you're handling the situation that you have found yourself in, the condition that you're in, right? That's what I'm hearing. You're handling it. And I with the judgment and the lovers, I do feel like you're aware that you need to love on yourself more because of what you've gone through. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Like you're going through this life changing, so you're doing something different. You might have realized that your health is deteriorating. You might have had, you know, chest pains, pains in your joints, pains in your knees, having a hard time getting up, things like that. On the other spectrum, you might find yourself, which I don't feel like this is your situation, but it could be for one of you, where you are not wanting to eat because when you look at yourself, you don't really see what's in the mirror, so you are thinking that people are going to treat you better if you don't eat, or you're going to get some kind of love if you don't eat. Okay? But you're aware of this. Okay? You're aware that this is something that is affecting your body. You're aware that this is something that's affecting your mental state. You're very much aware of everything that's going on. Now, Spirit is saying now is the time to go ahead and have this positive changes in your life and love on yourself. It's like you need to go ahead and hug the broken side of yourself here. Your healed side needs to hug your wounded side. So there seems to be more work that needs to be done. That's what I want to say. At least that's what I'm getting from this right here. Okay? So I do feel like, you've come so far, but yet, Capricorn, there's still more work to be done. You're the Mona Lisa that is in the progress, right? Like you're still in this progress of becoming your butterfly. You're still in that cocoon type of stage where you're still working toward becoming who you're supposed to be, or who you should have been this whole time. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting. So, and the whole lack of family support is probably another reason why I'm seeing some kind of eating disorder. Okay. So, Spirit is saying to love on yourself, Capricorn. Go do something nice for yourself. Take care of yourself. Love on yourself. The way that you would give love to somebody else, do it for yourself. So, if you were in love with somebody and you wanted to buy them a gift, go buy yourself a gift. If you would want to take them out to eat, take yourself out to eat. If you wanted to take them on a date, then take yourself on a date. Do something nice for yourself today to love on yourself, whatever it is. It could be a bubble bath, whatever it is that you want to do. It will show on you. Loving yourself will show on you on the outside. People who take care of their skin, people who are always putting creams on their face, people who are always, taking care of their hair. What happens? Their hair starts looking really good. Their skin starts looking really good. They start taking care of their bodies, right? What happens? That collagen starts growing and, collagen in their body starts getting better and, they start really looking good, right? You're going to see yourself, and I do feel like you're not seeing yourself completely clearly. Um, so do look at yourself in the mirror more. People tend to have this concept like if you look at yourself in the mirror a lot, that you're conceited. No. I disagree with that. I mean, yeah, if you take it to the extreme, I mean, there's people who take it to the extreme, but how many people actually take it to the extreme? If you're a female, you might have had this a lot growing up, possibly, of where, you shouldn't look at yourself in the mirror, or, you shouldn't be, especially if you have a religious background, which you could possibly have a very strong religious background, okay? Like, you grew up in the church or something like that. And, looking at yourself in the mirror, always fidgeting with your appearances because the religious views might have been like a negative thing. But the thing is you have to look at yourself in the mirror in order to be able to see what's there. And you can't just do that in a few seconds. You really need to sit there and really look at yourself. The more that you look at yourself, the more you're going to love yourself, and the more things you're going to find that you don't like. But that's okay. You could change those things, right? Um, but you got to look at the full picture, and that's the thing. So you got to look at the full picture of who you are, and look at yourself as being a unique person. There's some things about yourself that you might not like about yourself, but then somebody else might see that in you and think, oh, wow, look how beautiful this is. You see what I'm saying? So just remember that when you're looking at yourself, okay? I'm going to get out of this reading, Capricorn. Thank you for joining me. Catch me in the next one. And hope you got something out of this. I hope it helps you in some way. Anyways, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.